Today we're going to be talking about creation. How did we get here? Imagine arriving at a table at dinner time, and what do you see before you? There's platters of delicious food. There's a bounty, and you're hungry, and you're looking forward to eating that lovely food. Have you ever been to a meal like that, where you see the food on the table, and it looks so good? It's carefully prepared and cooked and made beautiful as a spread on the table. Well, how did that get there? Did that just magically appear? No, it didn't just magically appear. There was probably someone who prepared that meal. There was a cook, there was a chef, perhaps a team of cooks or chefs. And if it's a meal in your own home, perhaps it's your mother, your grandmother, maybe your father prepared that meal. When you see that delicious meal, you know that somebody created it, someone prepared it, someone put it there. Well, think about the beautiful world we live in. You walk outside and the sky is blue. You feel the crisp coolness of what begins to be the fall air like we experienced this morning. The trees are there. You see cars go by. You look around and there's other people. How did they get there? How did the trees, the forests get to be where they are? The wonders we can see with our own eyes gives us evidence that there is a God and that He made us and He put us here for a reason. And that reason is we might love one another. So today we're going to read from the very first day of creation. This is Genesis chapter 1. And we pick up the story at verse 1. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. We look up at the sky and we think of the heavens. Not just the heavens of the sky and the clouds, and at nighttime we see stars, but the heaven of angels too. Don't we think of that? Heaven and earth. And remember, this is just as things were starting. It says, and earth was a void and emptiness, and darkness was on the faces of the deep. Can you imagine looking out and just seeing darkness everywhere on the faces of the deep? And the Spirit of God, that's like His breath, His Spirit. When we breathe in, we're breathing in Spirit. And the Spirit of God brooded over the faces of the waters. God said, let there be light. And there was light. Do we get to enjoy light? Do we see light in this room? We see light. There's electric lights overhead. And if we go look at the windows, we see light coming through the windows. Where is that light coming from? That light is coming from the sun. God said, let there be light. Imagine a world where there was no light. That would be a dark and dreary place, wouldn't it? So the first thing that God creates is light. What a wonderful blessing to have light. Now, just think, if there was light all the time, every room you entered, every day, every night, there was light everywhere. Light, light, light. You could never escape it. And perhaps on a bright, sunny summer day, you're just kind of feeling, I'm a little too warm. Can I get away from this light? You look for shade, don't you? You know, to find the shade of a tree on a warm summer day can be like a pleasant relief. So the Lord not only created light, look at what happens next. It says God saw the light and it was good. And God distinguished the light from the darkness. You know, we wouldn't appreciate the light unless we also had darkness. Unless there was sometimes sunshine, sometimes shade, sometimes blue sky, sometimes cloudy sky. Sometimes we enter a room and there's bright lights. But you know, when it's time for bed and we're feeling sleepy, we don't want such bright lights, do we? We want to go somewhere where it's dark, at least darker, where our eyes can have a rest. So God made a distinction between the light and the darkness. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And there was evening and the morning the first day. So when we look around and enjoy the world, we can remember, what did the Lord create on that very first day? He created light, and he distinguished it from the darkness. And what a blessing that is to have both. Amen.